That's not a drum. It's not a distant engine trying to start. That is the incredible sound of a bird flapping its wings so fast that it literally creates a series of miniature sonic booms. This is the grouse, a family of chicken-like birds that you can find in the forests and tundras all across the northern hemisphere. They are masters of camouflage, and they might look a little plain and boring at first glance, but they have some of the most spectacular, most bizarre, and most brilliant survival strategies in the entire bird world. I'm going to show you the secret behind their impossible drum roll and reveal the incredible tricks they use to survive being buried alive in the snow. Let's start with that amazing sound. This is the ruffed grouse, and that deep, thumping drum roll is the male's way of telling other males to stay out of his territory, and for telling the ladies that he's available. For hundreds of years, people had no idea how they made this sound. They thought the grouse was beating its wings against the log it was standing on, or against its own chest, but the truth is way cooler. Thanks to high-speed cameras, we now know his wings never touch a thing. He stands on his favorite drumming log, cups his wings, and then whips them forward and upward at an incredible speed. This motion creates a little pocket of vacuum, a space with no air in it. As the air rushes back into that empty space, it creates a deep, thumping sound, a tiny, sonic boom. He starts off slow and then accelerates the flapping faster and faster, creating that famous drum roll that you can hear for up to 1/4 of a mile through the dense woods. And the ruffed grouse isn't the only one with a crazy display. The sage-grouse out in the American West has a display that looks like it's from another planet. The males all gather on a traditional spot called a lek and have a dance-off. They strut around, fan their spiky tail feathers, and inflate 2 huge yellow air sacs on their chests, which they use to make these weird, bubbly, popping sounds to impress the females. So they have these amazing, high-energy displays in the spring. But these birds live in places with long, cold, brutal winters. How does a ground-dwelling, chicken-like bird possibly survive when the world is covered in 5 feet of snow and the temperatures are well below freezing? Well, they have a whole winter survival kit. First, they grow their own snowshoes. In the fall, grouse will grow a series of stiff, bristle-like feathers along the sides of their toes. These feathers, called pectinations, dramatically increase the surface area of their feet. This allows them to walk right on top of the soft, deep snow without sinking in. But their best trick is how they sleep. When a blizzard hits, or it's just a really cold night, a grouse will fly up into the air and then dive, head first, full speed, right into a deep snowdrift. It will then tunnel a little ways and create a small chamber. This is called a snow roost, or a kiepi in Finnish. The snow is an incredible insulator. The temperature inside that little snow cave can be 40 or 50 degrees warmer than the freezing air outside. The grouse can stay in there, perfectly warm and completely hidden from predators, for days at a time if it needs to, just waiting out the storm. And for some grouse, hiding is their main specialty. The ptarmigan, which is a type of grouse that lives in the high Arctic, is an absolute master of camouflage. In the summer, its feathers are a mottled mix of brown, gray, and white, making it blend in perfectly with the tundra, rocks, and plants. But in the fall, it sheds those feathers and grows a whole new set that are pure, brilliant white. It becomes a ghost, almost completely invisible against the winter snow. It is one of the most perfect examples of seasonal camouflage in the world. So the grouse is a true survivor. It's a master of display. From the sonic boom drumming of the ruffed grouse to the alien-like dance of the sage-grouse. And it's a master of the cold, surviving the harshest winters by growing its own personal snowshoes and sleeping in cozy custom-dug snow caves. And some, like the ptarmigan, are the ultimate masters of disguise. If you want to uncover the survival secrets of more amazing northern animals, make sure you subscribe.